Unified Germany had many goals prior to the First World War, where they planned to become a global superpower and break up the French and Russian alliance that was potentially weakening their own country's defense. Their unification also led for a desire for more land and power, which had a significant impact on the start of World War I. Not only will the First World War be examined from Germany's standpoint, but the revolutions of 1848, the outcome of the Franco-Prussian War, and how Germany's goals had changed throughout the war will be presented. And the purpose of assessing these areas of World War I and pre-World War I is to understand how Germany's unification led to its rise in power and its attempt to assert its dominance. Let's start a little ways back. The turmoil of 1848 was a set of revolutions that had a great impact on the strength of the 25 separate German city-states. This set of revolutions was a backlash against many of the monarchies of Europe, where it started in an Italian region and very quickly spread northward to France and Germany. Many historians argue that during this revolution, Germany, and more specifically Berlin, was affected by not only economic and political crises, but also ideological and social crises, which specified that German city-states are all slightly different during this time. The government of Berlin had nearly boxed itself in, making it powerless to itself to govern the people. Nearing the end of these revolutions, Germany was seeing a rise in nationalism. Many people had also sensed a redistribution of power and territories in Europe in the following years. Through all this developmental growth, Germany is slowly gaining popularity, while still being divided among their smaller states. A little while before this, under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte, the Emperor of the French had dug his country into a difficult hole, which they were partially being pulled out during these revolutions from early 1848 to mid-1849. In around 1870, Napoleon III, the new president of France, wished to regain their economic status and assert their dominance. So to do this, tensions had arisen further between France and Germany for many years prior to this. Thus, President Napoleon III decided to declare war on Germany. And he saw this as the easiest way to become a powerful country again. France, not being fully prepared for this war, unfortunately lost after a terrible defeat in which their president and general had been captured. The victory of this war can be traced to many things, one of which can be the unification of Germany in January of 1871. All of these separate city-states of the German land now combined to make the Empire of Germany, which would grow to be a global superpower that would dominate the land and sea for several decades. You can probably see where I'm going with this. By 1914, most European countries would see that war was upon them, and it would obviously be much different than any war that they had before them, with new inventions, modern technology, culture, fashion. The Austro-Hungarian Empire truly thought they were one of the coolest countries, while many people that were living there didn't exactly think the same thing. And some of these countries, including the prominent Serbia, had even attempted to declare their independence. Yet, the Austro-Hungarian Empire's goal was to squash the Serbs' independence, therefore creating tensions between the two of them. Back up a little bit, German Emperor Wilhelm II controlled the German Empire and the German Navy, which began to hegemonize the land. Fueled by nationalism, Wilhelm II's goals became clear as tensions arise between France and Germany. Again, France wants this land that Germany had taken from them back, and there was no intentions for Germany to share. Now, alliances had been established between the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the German Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. So when Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated by a Serbian-backed assassin, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. With Russia being a former Slavic nation, Russia had rushed to protect Serbia. Then Germany had responded with confidence and declared war on Russia. 2 days later, declaring war on France as well. Germany's goals are obvious: to weaken France to such a low state to never come back from it. Germany could gain both land and power from this. Thus, Germany's goals in mind, they entered the First World War.